Hello everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I'm taking a look at Shadowrun Returns, and more specifically I'm going to be looking at the new Dragonfall DLC campaign for the game. So, this is a game by Harebrained Schemes, and the story behind it was that Shadowrun is actually a fairly long-running series. I believe it actually started as a tabletop RPG, which is pretty cool, and it's made its way to games, and then Shadowrun Returns was actually kickstarted and is now available on Windows, Mac, Linux, and I believe also iOS and Android. So it's available on quite a few different machines now, which is pretty awesome. And the way this works is, so I said I'm going to be covering a DLC campaign. I will link in the description to just the main Steam page, because from there you can buy the main game, which is $20, and the DLC Dragonfall, which is $15. So $35 total if you want it all, and I think you might. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump into a new game, and like I said, I'm going to be doing Dragonfall, and I will just jump right in here. I'm going to play on normal. So I will say that I have never played a Shadowrun game, actually, so this has been very new for me. I think what I'm going to do is choose a different class than what I've been playing, so we can choose our race, which is in a way kind of choosing a class, but I think we also get to choose a class, so we actually get quite a bit of choice here. I think we're going to be a troll this time. So all of them have, right, so we get a race and then an archetype. All of them have totally different stats, and will really kind of shape the way your character goes. I should say right now this could be kind of a longish look at this game, because it'll probably take 25 to 30 minutes at least to really kind of get through everything that's going on here. So I think probably what I'm going to want to do, ooh yeah, maybe Physical Adept, maybe? Or, no, I think probably Street Samurai, yeah. And then you can do, you can do all the character customization if you want. I'm just going to go with the normal. And then we get karma points. So karma points actually allow us to basically level up. That's what our karma is it's our ability to level up. There's tons of options here. I think what I'm going to probably do is just maybe level up my strength. Call that good. And then I will just do, click on there, I'll just do IndieGeek as my name. So yeah, like I said, I've never played a Shadowrun game. This has been my first experience, and I haven't put any time into the Shadowrun Returns normal campaign, because you can get both, and you can just immediately jump into Dragonfall if you want, which is what I've done. I've played maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours now, and I can say for certain that not only will I be finishing Dragonfall, but I will be going back and playing the original campaign of this as well. This game is excellent, and I will kind of get to more of that as we go on. And I do want to mention real quick, the other awesome thing is the integration of Steam Workshop, where people can actually create their own campaigns, which you can then download. So it's just got tons and tons of content. So, this is going to show off kind of both parts of the game, and this is kind of the first part here, is these dialogue systems. So, the estate grounds are silent, save for the faint whistling of the wind. Your team gathers near a side entrance to the old castle Holdfast, cloaked in darkness. The night is peaceful. You know it won't last. You know it for what it is, a pleasant illusion that will shatter at the sound of the first gunshot. So Monica says, listen up folks. Monica Schaefer, you ran with her back in the day, watched her get her first data jack. Now she's your team leader, and a Drek hot decker to boot. We're on a tight timetable. I want to enter the estate, find the basement, open the data vault, extract the files, and bolt. 10 minutes, top to bottom. So then we've got Dietrich here, trying to get home in time for Worm Talk, love. Dietrich, shaman, the old man of the team. He smiles at her, his facial tattoos writhing in the moonlight. So I do want to take this opportunity to say that for me, the biggest selling point to this game is just the writing, the storytelling. It's excellent, honestly. I believe they got the creator of the original tabletop RPG as the lead designer for this game, so it's obviously there's a reason that Shadowrun is still popular, and it's awesome that they got some of the original people back working on it, because you can really tell that there's a lot of character and a lot of depth really to all the characters and the storytelling. So back to reading. So we've got Monica again. Monica's eyes twinkle with mischief. Maybe. How many times have I told you can't trust anything that comes out of a dragon's mouth? That trid trash will rot your brain. She grins. It's educational. Besides, this should be a milk run. Security is supposed to be light. A few automatic weapons, no armor. With a little luck, they'll never know we were here. Just like old times, eh? Monica's smile returns, more wistful this time. The moonlight catches her face at a strange angle. Yeah, just like old times. Milk run or not, we should be careful. Glory, razor-clawed street samurai. Her voice is cold and neutral, her expression placid. They may only be private security, but their bullets don't know that. I can patch you up if I have to, but I'd rather not have to. You people need to relax. We're professionals, remember? Monica raises her arm and speaks into her wrist-mounted comlink. A darkened face shimmers on the view screen. Iger, are you in position? The comlink crackles and the response comes back low and softer than you'd expect from a troll. Affirmative. The alarm lines have been cut, and I have a clear line of fire from the estate service entrance. When you exit the building, the path will be clear. Excellent. Thank you, Iger. Just doing my job. Iger out. The comlink goes dark. Monica winks at you as she drops her arm. See? We're professionals. Alright, people. Enough chatter. Our client wants the data from the vault, so we get him the data from the vault. Quick, quiet, and quick. You said quick twice. She grins. Worm talk is on tonight. Glory raises an eyebrow slightly. I told you, it's educational. So, that just kind of gives you an idea of what's going on with the story stuff. I probably won't read through all of the rest of it. So this is kind of our first real choices. We actually get to choose what weapon we want, and I'm kind of an SMG person. Sounds awful. So now we are kind of going to be entering in the second part of the gameplay, which is more of the character control and actually some combat. So, the first thing I need to say is that the game looks beautiful. There's a lot of love gone into this, and I think the game works really well for me because it combines a lot of things I like. So there's a lot of like a technical aspect to it, as far as like it's a pretty high-tech world that we're exploring, which is cool. But then there's also like magic, and at the same time it's all like an espionage story. It basically just combines a lot of elements that I like. So this is actually something I want to try here, because I did not do this the first time. I'm not going to read this, but basically your choices are to walk away from it or to smash the glass and take it. Oh, okay, so Dietrich just stops you anyways. Interesting. Okay. So that's the other thing, is that we do get some choices, and it's got sort of kind of a wasteland or a Fallout style kind of thing, where your skills in certain things determine... Okay, yep, I don't need help with the combat. Actually determine basically what choices you can make as far as conversation goes. So this is the combat section, and it basically, you can think of it as working like the newest XCOM game. I suppose the old XCOM games were like this as well, but this is basically what you can expect from the combat. Personally, I really like it. I think it works well, and I've been having a good time with it. I was a fan of the new XCOM, so it's nice to see a system similar to this in this game as well. And I think the thing that really draws me in with Shadowrun is that where XCOM, like, the combat was really good, but story-wise I didn't really get a lot out of XCOM, this game, like I said, has a really awesome story, at least from my point of view, because I'm into kind of the whole mix of like a technological world with magic. I think it works well together. And, you know, like I said, the writing is really good, so I think that all works pretty well. I'm trying to see if I can... Alright, well, this'll work. Nice. So, like I said, if you have played XCOM, this is all going to be very familiar. We're going to go move our characters, try and put them in a position where they will be safe for the next turn, and then also just close enough to attack. But yeah, this is pretty much how the combat goes down. I haven't had too much trouble yet. Also, you have to spend... So like I said, you've got the action points, and the way those work is for now at least, each character gets 2 action points a turn. I don't know if that gets upgraded later, because it does have like an RPG kind of leveling up system, which you guys already saw with the spending my karma points at the beginning. So there is that. So I don't know if one of the things that you can eventually level up is how many action points you get a turn. But that is how this works, is that we get action points to do what we need to do. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much the combat. Like I said, if you've played the newest XCOM, and older XCOMs, I keep saying the newest one because that's the one I'm most familiar with, but it's just got kind of an XCOM style combat system, which I am definitely down with. I like it a lot. I think it works well. So, I mean, I'll probably just... Okay, so this is like a good example, is if I had higher decking, then I could choose to override this. Instead, I'm going to have Monica crack this. Like I said, I'm just going to skip through dialogue for now. But... Oh, weird. What's going on? Yeah. Oh, that's weird, huh? I wonder why that didn't work. Oh, maybe she just did it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking of something else. Sorry, that was my bad. That was a little embarrassing. This is what I was thinking of. Okay. Yeah, I remembered that they happened pretty close together. So this is the actual decking thing, and you could equip stuff. I think we've got everything auto-equipped because we don't have much of a choice right now. So we will confirm, and we will deck in, and then we get this really kind of crazy Matrix-style world in a way. And then we've got to basically fight these crazy cubes. So this is kind of another aspect of the game, and you can actually choose to be a decker like Monica is. I haven't, because I think that's a little more... I mean, basically you can choose to be like melee, you can choose to be magic-based, or you can choose to be kind of technological-based, or a combination of the three. I mean, there's a lot of choice between the races and the archetypes, so you're really kind of spoiled for choice as far as what you want your character to be. But then, for example, you could actually do this section as your main character rather than as Monica. I will mention, not that I've finished it myself, but I've kind of looked a little bit, done a little bit of research. So I found the Antiquities delivery schedule. What I was going to say was I've done a little bit of research. Goodness, can't speak today. And I believe that I saw that most people were spending at least like 20 to 30 hours typically to do this campaign and the main game campaign. So, you know, as far as like time spent, I definitely think that is I think that's a good amount of time. I think that you would definitely be getting your money's worth for that, especially because the game is just so good. Like, I really can't emphasize enough. You know, I haven't talked about the art and the music nearly enough. The music I like a lot. It's really kind of a futuristic soundtrack kind of thing going on. And I think it works really well with the game. It sounds good. But, you know, like I said, on top of that, the art is just, like, phenomenal. At least in my opinion. I'm definitely enjoying the art a lot. And, you know, I mean, my favorite thing with stuff like this is to see a game that's got, you know, a good story that's also kind of unique, and this story does really set itself apart from other things that are kind of like it. But then if you can have really good gameplay, good art, and good music on top of that, then we're really talking. And this game does have all of those things, so that is pretty impressive, honestly. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can use a skill here. What do we have? Alright, yeah, I'm going to medkit myself, because she was not doing too well for health. So, I mean, that's how healing works. Some people just have spells that heal, which you can also use. But that was like the equivalent of using a potion, basically. And I guess the other thing to mention is, you know, I kind of glanced over it at the beginning, but alright, so you actually have to spend an AP point to reload, which I believe is also true in XCOM as well. So that's pretty standard fare for stuff like this. Anyways, what I was saying was that the other thing that it didn't really mention, I kind of just glossed over, is that there are 4 difficulty levels. So there are definitely a wide variety of basically choices you have to determine how hard the game is. Oh, yeah. I knew that was going to be a problem. Okay, I'm going to go and get up here. Really? That close? Man. There we go. Finally took someone out. Holy cow. Yeah, some of my team is not doing too hot. Okay, good. Nice. Hopefully we just survive this. Yep. So he used his second action point to just move. There we go. As is typical with this kind of game, you always have those issues where it seems like you should be getting hits in, but you're not. Let's see. Just trying to see if I could. I'm not sure if you can use skills outside of battle. I haven't had a need to yet. That battle went much worse than it did the first time I played. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, this might be a pretty good time to wrap it up here. I think this has kind of showed off a pretty good amount of the combat, as well as the data jack sections, as well as the communication sections where you're actually having like dialogue with people. So I think you all probably get a pretty good feel for like what the story is like here. Sorry, like I said, I'm just skipping through the dialogue. There's a lot of it here, and I just don't want this to feel like I'm reading for half an hour. That you know, that's not the point of this. It's not the point of this Let's Look At. This is just to give you kind of an idea of what's going on. So, just kind of going through all that. But yeah, I think this is where I'm going to wrap it off. This I definitely give this like a huge recommendation. Oh yeah, right. That's a nice little story point to leave you off on. So this actually causes a downward spiral of events here because she tried data jacking into that and she's not doing so hot now. So give you a bit of a cliffhanger as far as the game goes, but yeah, I definitely recommend this. Like I said, great story, great combat, really great art, and really great music as well. I think just all in all, it's a really good package. I like it a lot. And I think if you are into this style of story, this style of gameplay, I think this is an obvious purchase. I think it's definitely worth the money. And yeah, like I said, I just recommend this if this is, you know, normally your kind of gig. If you like XCOM, if you like this kind of setting for a story, I'd say pick it up, give it a shot. So, with that being said, as always, feel free to leave comments if there's anything that you would like to comment on. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos every single day, and if you liked my look at Shadowrun Returns Dragonfall, then please consider clicking the like button, because that could help me out a lot, and I appreciate everything that you do to help. So with all of that being said, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.